Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, right?
Yeah.
Contractors like to cut corners, and instead of using a 6-inch clip, they go to a 4 or even a 2, which is a very, very, very minimal clip, right? Good afternoon, everybody. You're talking to the dynamic duo for roofing at Istueta Roofing. My name is Fernando, and I have Anthony with me, and we're two sales consultants here at Istueta Roofing. And today we're going to talk about a metal roofing system.
Metal roofing system. Man, you know what? I've been seeing these metal roof systems all over South Miami.
They're popping everywhere, buddy. They're popping everywhere.
You know what? But I think I noticed that not every homeowners know the difference. So this is actually going to be for you guys, for you listeners, just a couple questions, maybe to help you decide, help you educate yourself a little bit more on what's going to be the key factors for you to decide to protect your home and your family when you're looking to get this metal roof, okay? All right, so I guess I got the first question. You know, when most homeowners are looking for a metal roof, it seems to me the first thing they're looking at is maybe just price, maybe the design, maybe even the color. But talk to me a little bit about what they don't understand, what it goes into a roofing system, and what are they missing there?
Good question. A good roofing system is like a chain link. If you have a weak link, it breaks the system altogether. One thing you should always ask is, where is the metal coming from? In other words, is it being produced here in the United States or is it being bought overseas? That's important because you don't know the preparation of how they fuse that metal together when it comes to color, okay? That's the difference between having a metal roof that when you install it in 5 years, it looks like the paint is corroded and you lose that nice and shine, depending what color you're choosing, or a roof that looks like it's been around for the past 30 years and it looks brand new. That's very important.
Now, you know, when you break down the quality, because I think we're talking about now the quality of material, that's important. Talk to me a little bit about, I've been hearing this 24 and 26 gauge.
So under the state of Florida, Miami-Dade County, and even Broward or Monroe, you should use a 24 gauge roof, not a 26. The problem with that is that one is much thicker than the other. Visibly, you can't see it, but when it comes to bending the metal, you know. So one, we'll say that one holds up to the elements of everyday weather much better than the other one. It's also the way it's fused. And one, you're getting much more metal versus the other one, you're getting much more aluminum fused with the metal. And, you know, essentially that's what you want. You want a 24 gauge, which is thick enough, but also has enough aluminum in there. So whatever paint you're putting on there lasts much longer than when it's traditional.
Now, you know, listeners, one thing that most homeowners tend to forget, this is an installation. Right? So, Fernando, I think the next question would be, when we're looking to install in this metal panels, there's something that we're looking at making this bond together. There's a 3-inch clip, there's a 4-inch clip. Is there anything better than that?
There is. I mean, you know, you have, unfortunately, you have the old traditional snap-on system, which is really not designed for the kind of weather that we have here in Miami-Dade County or in the state of Florida. And then you have your clip system, right? Your mechanically attached, your fastener system. But it depends what they're using, right? Code says that you have to use a 6-inch clip in the eaves and the ridges, and then a 2-inch clip anywhere between 18 to 24 inches across. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, right?
Yeah.
Contractors like to cut corners, and instead of using a 6-inch clip, they go to a 4 or even a 2, which is a very, very, very minimal clip, right? The good thing about here at Istueta Roofing is that we take that and we blow that system out of the water. We use what's called a continuous clip. It's a 22 gauge clip, and it goes from the corner of the eave of the panel all the way to the ridge. And it's anchored down anywhere between 4 to 6 inches apart. So there's no way of that panel coming up at all. That's our system that we use here at Istueta Roofing.
Sounds like what we're doing is we're ultimately just making sure that there's no human error.
I like to call it a complete watertight system. That's what we do.
I like that. All right, the last question. If a homeowner is ready to move forward, right, and they're ready to select their roofing contractor for the metal roof, before they sign, what are things that they should be looking at to make sure they make the right investment with the right company?
Okay, so they need to look at it and make sure that the warranties on the metal side. We're not talking about the warranties on the roofing company, right? Every roofing company gives you a specific installation warranty. You're looking for the warranty of the metal, of the panels that you're going to have installed. That's very important because,
like you said, American
made is the ideal thing because it's like every car manufacturer. They all have. Mercedes has a 50-year warranty. Chevrolet has a 36-year warranty, right? But everybody comes with every dealer has their standard warranty that they protect you. But you want to make sure that that metal has its own warranty and that you're provided with the warranty on that metal, because if it's not installed correctly and it fails or gets any erosion or you see any delamination on the color, then if you call your roofer, the chances are most roofing companies, they're out of business within 5 to 7 years, buddy.
right,
They're
yeah.
no longer here, right? So now you got to go to the metal provider. And what happens if you don't have your warranty?
It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Something also I think you mentioned about an NOA. For
Right.
those of you who don't know, NOA, the Notice of Acceptance. Talk to me a little about that so we can help them out.
That's how the metal is rated when it's brought into the state of Florida, right? Every municipality takes those panels and they rate them against wind shear, wind pressure, and delamination. So they rate them that way. It's important that it's rated, under the city that you're installing it. You can't install a product that doesn't have an NOA. And when I mean by an NOA, it's a corrected number. It's a system that's tested usually anywhere between 3 to 7 years. It's got to be tested on and off constantly.
Gotcha. Guys, you heard it here at Istueta Roofing. And we just want to make sure that this is a lot easier and simpler for you guys when you're looking to replace your metal roof. Do us a favor, like that button, follow that. We're just starting this new endeavor here. But please give us a call if you have any questions. We're here to help and help your family as well. So long. We'll see you soon.
Take care, guys.